All right, we're getting some breaking news after headlines today expose on the CAG having asked officers to stop a detailed audit. In fact, now the officers have been told to explain why the Haryana land deal audit was nixed. The CAG is now also exploring the possibility of an all India land audit. All right, so remember, this comes after headlines today exposed that the CAG had asked its officers to nix the detailed audit into the Haryana land deals, and later on it was said that this decision was taken at the lower level. That was the explanation that had come forth. Rahul Kanwal, managing editor, is now joining us with more details on that. Rahul, clearly the CAG is upset with the kind of expose that headlines today has come out with, clearly showing that they wanted to cover up at the behest of perhaps some political party.
Well, Maha, none of the facts put out in the headlines today expose have been denied by the new CAG. I received a call this morning from a senior official in the CAG, and they're essentially saying that this decision was taken at a level much junior to Shashikant Sharma. New CAG has nothing to do with it. And now, between our expose last night and this morning, the new CAG has asked those officials in Delhi who ordered the Principal Accountant General in Haryana to cancel that probe to explain why that probe was cancelled. He has demanded answers. They're trying to draw a distance. They're not denying that the land deal probe, which apart from everything else could have also found out more incriminating details about the Vadra land deal, they're not denying that that has been cancelled. They're now saying that they want the junior officials to explain their actions. And they're also saying, and this is the second part of the story, that they're exploring the possibility of a pan-India land audit. They're saying that the government agencies like defense, like the railways, don't really know how much land they have, what its value is, how it's utilized, how much is still with them, how much has been encroached. They're saying there is a need for a pan-India audit. I did speak to some members of the opposition after finding out from CAG what they intended to do. They're fearing that this is an attempt to dilute the story, that while the Haryana audit has been cancelled, you want to make this a pan-India issue, saying that this is a problem all across the country. That might be the case. The important issue here is to understand the question that Ashok Khemka raised about how land has been allocated to private enterprises in Haryana, and for those deals to be audited. So is there a diversionary tactic? We don't know that yet. However, it seems that questions have been asked, officers have been asked to explain, and the CAG has promised to get back to us with answers and what will happen from here on.
Rahul, also from what we understand is that a primary audit was carried out, and this was a detailed audit that was being carried out because of the allegations that were levelled by Ashok Khemka. Have any startling details been made available after that primary audit that was carried out in Haryana?
So we've been looking very carefully at the correspondence between the auditors in Haryana and the Haryana government, the town planning department. The auditors, in the mails that they've been sending in the month of May and even before that, have been complaining that the officials of the town and planning department were under instructions not to share any files at all with the auditors. There were verbal instructions passed. This is written in the letter that no file should be shared. So actually the audit never really got off the ground because the officials there in the Haryana government were completely non-cooperative. And remember, despite what the CAG might say, it is in the month of May towards the end where Vinod Rai retired. It is in the beginning of June that under the new CAG, these orders were passed to cancel that probe. And if you look at the correspondence before the month of May, the correspondence in March and the correspondence in May, there is a constant back and forth between the CAG in Haryana and the Haryana government, where the CAG is constantly chasing with them to share files, to give details, saying this is your statutory obligation to share details, and for these files to be audited, why are you not doing so? And the Haryana government came up with very flimsy excuses. They said, our office is being shifted, the town and planning department is being shifted, therefore the files are not available, we need 1 month, and we'll come back to you after 1 month. After 1 month, the Principal Auditor General in Haryana again chased with the town and planning department, saying, no files are still being made available. Why is that happening? This kept happening till the time Vinod Rai retired, and immediately after that, the entire audit was cancelled. Now, those are questions that need to be answered, Mark.
And now the officers have been hauled up to explain why this land deal audit was actually nixed. Rahul Kanwal, many thanks for joining us with those details.